So when I'm sending a packet to somewhere outside my network, because till now we have been dealing with inside my own network because we are behind these switches. So inside my own network, everything is fine. But if I want to send packets outside my network, I will have to go through the gateway router. So similar to what I had shown earlier, if this is a network here, if I want to send packet to somewhere outside this network, I will eventually have to go through this router to route it to the external internet. And now we look at how IP addresses and MAC addresses are changed. So there's two deliveries, direct delivery or indirect. So in direct delivery, suppose A is talking to C. This is within my network, so this is fine. This is direct delivery. I don't have to go through the router. I mean, I don't have to cross the router. Whereas in indirect delivery, I will have to cross the router because my destination is on a separate subnetwork or a different network. So it needs to go through my gateway router. And this is called indirect delivery. So let's see how indirect delivery works. There are 4 steps here. Is it 4? Yeah, it's 4. So 4 steps here. First is if A wants to talk to someone, what A will do is A will write its own IP address, source IP. A will write the destination IP address. In this case, it is B's address, B's IP address because it wants to talk to B. And in the MAC source address, it will obviously write its own NIC's MAC address. So that's that. But what should it write in the MAC's destination address? So remember, all of this ARP querying is happening inside my own network. I am not allowed to know the MAC addresses of people outside my network. So what should I write in the destination MAC address here if I don't know the MAC address of host B? I will write the MAC address of this interface of the router, that is the gateway router. So I will write this MAC address as the destination address. Because inside my own network, this is the last link where my packet is going to. So this is the destination inside my own network because MAC addresses deal with transmissions inside your own network. So MAC address of destination will be this interface's MAC address. So this is the packet that A will construct and it will send this packet forward. So IP address source is its own IP address. And actually, let me pin this. IP destination is B's IP address. And MAC address source is its own MAC address. And MAC address destination is this link's MAC address. This interface's MAC address. So because I don't know its MAC address, I will write the MAC address of the farthest thing I can find in my own network, which is this interface of my gateway router. So that's what A will do. It will send this packet. As soon as this packet reaches this router will decapsulate this packet as everyone running anything does. It decapsulates every protocol at every layer, decapsulates, that is, removes the header and looks at the header. So this router, which is running both protocols, IP and link layer protocol, it will decapsulate this packet and now it will look at the IP address of the destination. Can someone tell me why it is looking at the IP address of the destination? And this is based on something we have covered earlier. So can someone tell me why routers look at IP address of destination? No one? So routers look at destination's IP address because routers do packet forwarding. So even if there's one link shown here, there might be multiple output interfaces that this router has. So which interface should I forward this packet to? That is decided by the destination IP address. That is why this router decapsulates the link layer header as well as IP layer header. So why is it decapsulating IP layer header? Because IP destination will decide whether I forward it to this interface or some other interface or some other interface, etc. So this is IP forwarding that's happening here. So by decapsulating and looking at the header, looking at the destination IP address, I'm deciding which output interface should I forward it to. So this is forwarding that's happening in the router now. So once it has forwarded once it has decided that it will forward it to this particular link here, now it will change the source MAC address. It will change the source MAC address from the earlier address that we had here of this device to this link's MAC address. So MAC address source is now changed. And if in fact this router is just inside this network, the destination network, it will also know the destination MAC address now, which is B's MAC address. And so MAC source and MAC destination will be changed. Of course, IP source and IP source address and IP destination address will not be changed because B has to know that this packet is coming from A after all. So IP source and IP destination will not be changed. So no change in IP source, no change in IP destination. What will change is the MAC addresses. So every time you cross a network, your MAC addresses will change. The source and destination will change. So because we have now crossed this network, this earlier network that this link was in, now the MAC address, source and destination will have to be according to devices inside this network. So this interface has this MAC address and B's NIC has this MAC address. So source and destination will change accordingly. And once this has happened, now it can forward this data. This data will reach B. And as I mentioned, destination will accept this packet. So destination, that is B's NIC, will look at the packet's destination MAC address. And where is it? And if this destination MAC address matches with B's NIC's MAC address, then only this packet will be decapsulated and sent to the IP layer inside B. If it doesn't match, then this packet will be discarded by this NIC. So destination will accept the packet because you have written the correct source and destination addresses. So these are the 4 steps that are happening. The first is A will form this packet, and second is this packet will reach R, that is the router, gateway router. It will decapsulate, try to figure out which interface should I forward it to. Once it has decided the interface, it will change the source and destination address, and this will go on. If there are multiple routers in between, this will happen multiple times. And when it reaches the destination subnet, the destination MAC address will finally be changed to the actual host's MAC address. So these are the 4 steps that happen in indirect delivery. Direct delivery was much easier than this. A will query B, that is A will send a broadcast ARP request to find out the MAC address of B. Once it finds it out, it will send it to B. So direct delivery was much easier than indirect. And what should I write in destination MAC will depend on whether the destination IP address, that is the host I'm talking to, is inside my own network or not. If it is inside my own network, it will be the destination's MAC address. If it's not inside my own network, it will be the default gateway's MAC address. So this interface is MAC address. If I know that this packet will cross my network to enter some other network. And how do I know if the destination IP address is in my own network? Can someone say the answer? Okay, fine. So I'll say,
If the
okay, go ahead.
If the IP network mask is the same.
Yes, yes. So as it's in this figure, you will AND it with your subnet mask, and you know that your subnet address is this. Now you'll do the same for your destination. So the subnet address for destination is this. If it's the same one, then this is yes. This destination is on my own network. So now I can do a broadcast ARP query to find out this MAC address and then write that MAC address inside this destination MAC address. So this is the entire procedure for delivery through ARP protocol. And of course, changing MAC addresses here. All of this change is not related to ARP protocol, but of course, how will you know the destination's MAC unless you use ARP protocol? So all of this related to sending data indirectly or directly to devices through link layer protocols. So does anyone have any questions till now?